One of the worst traits of Filipinos is colonial mentality, and it spills over to other even worse traits, that like inferiority complex. Not now, just let me make it clear that not everybody, not every Filipino feels this way, but many do. So there's this belief that anything foreign is better than anything local. It could be skin color. The best selling product in the Philippines is actually skin brightening products. So skin color could be our looks, products, arts, culture, anything foreign is more superior or better than anything Filipino. There's this belief that if you don't speak English fluently, then you're an idiot. And I have to admit that I share that. That was part of the reason I moved to the US. Now, let me clarify everything and put everything into context. The Philippines is one of the most colonized countries in the world. Prior to the Spaniards coming here and colonizing us for 300 years, there were other indigenous groups and other indigenous peoples that came from different parts of Asia and different parts of the world and settled in the Philippines. I'm not going to discuss that. I'm just going to discuss briefly how the colonial mentality started. So aside from all of those, the Spaniards came in, stayed here for 300 years, and that 300 years changed us a whole lot. One of them is religion, and that became the biggest influence that they ever brought to this country, because religion became the center of our lives. Anything, our politics, our way of living, anything has become religion centered. So we used to have a lot of other religions, Muslims. We were Muslims. There were others that were pagans and other different religions. But then they changed that. They brought Catholicism here. And aside from sort of realigning our heads and against putting religion and faith as the center of our lives, it also influenced our politics. It awarded and afforded the Spaniards a great amount of power over us and over our affairs. So the confession. So that was used by Spaniards to know about the secrets of Filipinos, what we were planning. So anything that was against the Spaniards was considered a sin. And so, that it motivated a lot of people to confess that to different priests, who in turn reported it to the Spaniards and stuff. So that is the big influence. The biggest influence is religion. Second is the name. So that we changed a lot of our names to Spaniards, to the Spanish names. My last name is Raimundo, and then my mom's last name when she was single was Cruz. And the ancient Filipino alphabet actually didn't have a letter Z. So that's a proof that we actually changed. But we did. My family changed and along with other Filipino families, we changed our names to the Spaniard names. And our language actually also evolved. We have a lot of similar words with the Spaniards. 300 years, it was bound to evolve. And some words sort of meld together. We adapted some of their words. And so to this day, when certain conversations said in Spanish, I can still understand just certain, not a whole conversation, but certain words I still understand because it's similar to ours. And then there's just this whole culture, this whole belief that we're entrusted upon Filipinos, that any Filipinos were actually of lower class than the Spaniards. So, and then after that, after the Spaniards, Japanese came, Americans came. Americans haven't left. So we were never left alone, basically. And that's sort of, to this day, many Filipinos frown at other Filipinos who can't speak the English language fluent, American English language fluently. If you don't speak it fluently, you're immediately thought of as stupid, so that's and again, the skin color, the best selling product in the Philippines still the skin brightening product. So all of those things contributed to our belief that foreign Western invasion and Western influence and Western leadership is actually necessary, and that we can't hack it all by ourselves. So that is changing. I definitely changed, and oddly enough, so when I moved to the US, I'm super blessed and super lucky to have worked with a lot of Americans who never once treated me anything less than like their own. They have I've never felt like I was discriminated because of my skin color or because I don't have the same blood as theirs or the same last name. They have given me huge amounts of responsibilities running and growing their companies, which says a lot for somebody. And I'm very grateful for that. But the sheer exposure to their culture, to their ways, and a lot of other, being in LA, you're exposed to many different cultures, many different races. I was able to appreciate the uniqueness and the beauty of my own culture, my own people, and I just woke up one day and I just felt like I've never been more proud of being a Filipino. I do not like our politics. There's a lot of things about the Philippines that I hate, but it doesn't change the fact that I love it, and I'm very proud of being Filipino. So I just wanted to, I actually don't know why I started sharing it when I decided I was going to talk about it. I don't know why I wanted to do so, but I decided I was just going to do it. I know that there's other Asian countries that look at foreign influences, especially Western influences, that way. But there's also other Asian countries like Japan, for example. They're so proud of who they are. They love who they are. They appreciate the culture, and it shows whenever I interact with them. And I think one of the things that their confidence brought upon them is the objective appreciation of other culture and other people, because they're so secure of who they are, and they love who they are, and they love their race and their country and their culture. They can then look at other people. They can look at other people and see and appreciate who they are for objectively, without feeling like somebody else's beauty or somebody else's achievement or greatness makes them less. And I don't know if I'm making sense. I certainly hope I'm making sense. But it allows them to be generous. But it allows them, so they become such positive people to be with, because they're secure. They are proud of who they are, and they love who they are. And I'm trying to be that as well. Because now I'm so secure of who I am as a Filipino, and I know that I love being a Filipino and I'm proud of it. It also allows me to appreciate other cultures and other people objectively, because now I know that acknowledging their greatness, acknowledging their beauty doesn't mean that I am less beautiful or that my culture is less beautiful. It just makes us different. We can all be good, we can all be great, and not have any discussion of this is mine and this is yours and we draw the line. But more importantly, I think this, as I've said, just the exposure that I got from living here in the US allows me to open up my eyes to different cultures and appreciate them for who they are. And that sort of grounded me. It allowed me to then put my identity against all of this identity and realize that I'm unique. Just as they're unique on their own and I'm unique on my own. And my culture is beautiful, my people is beautiful, and my country is beautiful. And acknowledging others' beauty and greatness will not make that beauty and greatness any less. I just wanted to share it. I don't know if I made sense. I hope I did. But that's it. Thanks.